So the teaching assistant said to me, I've got like 5 minutes left. Do you know the happy song? And I was like, yeah. I've had enough. But apparently she meant like, are you happy and you know it? And then we sang Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh, and then we sang I was a teenage communist. This may not be how the actual lesson panned out. I wish I had like a jingle so I could do that. Was like that was an intro, but there's nothing to separate this from the main part of the vlog. I really need to be better at technology. Right. My name's Jack Nutgens. I'm on YouTube as Llaqui Detritus, with a double L, spelled double L-A-Q-U-I. It's Spanish for pretentious millennial. So I'm doing this vlog about my life in Hanoi. I moved here 3 weeks ago. So like 1 week in a hotel, getting used to being in Vietnam and preparing to teach children English. A second week sort of meeting the organisation, that like moving into our accommodation, meeting the people we're working with, and like doing some practice runs of lessons. And then this week was went into the school for opening ceremonies, and then we started teaching English. I'm going to move back a little bit, just so you can kind of, my face is not taking up the whole screen. So my blog is Jack Nutgens, Jack Nuttgens .wordpress.com. You can find, there's like 1 page of my articles and there's 1 page of my fiction. I would most highly recommend The Nipple Factory by, I don't know why I said by me, like as though I was featuring other people's work on there or something. The Nipple Factory, which is like it's about like a dystopian country, but it's actually like the working conditions are probably slightly better than they are in the UK in 2016. But it's very, very good. There's one called Green Skies about the apocalypse and about people just being miserable. Bit of a thing. There's one, and then in regards to like blogs and articles, I recommend my article about my trip to Sweden. I think that was very interesting. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. It was just about how like quiet and green everything was, and I saw some beavers and moose and wolves. And then there's like, I think my Rockin' Park blog is fairly interesting as well. I went to a festival in Germany called Rockin' Park. It rained a lot. It was kind of fun. A lot of it is just like personal kind of storytelling stuff, and then the other bits of it like music reviews. Anyway, this is horrible. This has gone on. Like the clock says almost 3 minutes of me talking nonsense. I haven't got to anything apart from plugging the blog that I was going to talk about in this video. So I'm not even going to tell you about my English classes, because I'll do that in the next one. I want more stuff to happen, so I'll have more to tell about, and so I can pick the really most interesting things. So yeah, I moved from Sheffield from Gütersloh in Germany to Hanoi in Vietnam, the capital of Vietnam. I speak very, very little Vietnamese. At the moment, it's like I can count to 10 and order a coffee or a beer. And I was trying to tell people about my family the other day, which is fun. But some Vietnamese people are very, very friendly. So kind of the observation I made that I wanted to tell you about was like fashion first. So I'm wearing a t-shirt that I got in what I assume is like quite a cool Vietnamese high street shop. This was in a shopping centre. The shop's called like Bo Sua. And hang on, I'm going to stand up too far, I think. And so I think it kind of like sums up my experience of Vietnam, in that it sort of looks a bit like a communist propaganda poster, but it's so 21st century and social media obsessed, and kind of you've got these like people of different backgrounds all taking selfies of themselves. I'm pretty sure the text just says 1, 2, 3 selfie. The person in the shop said it meant get ready, which is kind of the same, because I was like slightly concerned that, you know, it was going to say like kangaroo intestines or something. You know, as can happen with, but I guess this is actually made in, this is Vietnamese, written for Vietnamese people, so there would be no benefit to it. It's saying nonsensical. It's not like it's Japanese written for Vietnamese people, in which case it might say hamster brains. Vietnamese fashion, I just wanted to tell you about, like, so most people here drive Xeons, which are sort of little, relatively low-powered motorbikes. You see much more of them than you do cars, and there's no real. There are a few buses around, but there's not a whole lot of public transport. And the sort of standard uniform of the female Hanoi Xeon driver seems to be like a kind of flowery plastic Mac, which just must be extremely hot and uncomfortable. And they're one of those sort of masks you wear for like air pollution, and then a helmet which is usually like pink and has Hello Kitty on it. And I guess like the kind of fashion dilemma is whether or not you put the hood up under or over the helmet. People walking past probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. Yeah, so that's all been fun. I'm just going to pause this for a moment while I get my notes and just remember what I'm going to talk about next. 2, 3, 4, good. Right. Yeah, my notes were underneath the computer, so I don't know how I was meant to see them. Oh yeah, I saw a girl in an Iron Maiden t-shirt, which was about 20, and it was like the first indication that I've seen that anyone in Hanoi likes rock music. It was like I hadn't seen anything like that in like 3 whole weeks, so that was weird. I haven't even brought my own band t-shirts because I thought it would be too hot to wear black. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about like the food and the sort of street food and the kind of like animals in cages that I see on the streets, which is really weird. Coming from Britain and seeing that. So there's like the 3 kind of main street foods that you seem to get are like pho, which is like noodle soup with meat and kind of spring onions in it, and banh mi, which is like a hot dog, which usually comes with a sausage or an omelette, and some sort of slimy cucumber type stuff and sweet chili sauce, or you can have it with chicken or pate. I'm not sure if it's really the same as pate. And bun cha, which is like a really sweet, weird soup with like grilled barbecue pork in it, and you get sort of very glassy noodles and some little lettucey type leaves. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of veg, which I'm kind of missing. And then we also go to there's a lot of places where they give you a plate of rice, and then you just pick a load of ingredients, and they have like sort of 12 or 20 different things. And some of those it can be a hit and miss, but some of those give you really good meals. I had this pork that was sort of brown and very salty, and it, like, the best way I can describe it was it tastes as though it had been cooked in Marmite, which like, I was down with because I like Marmite. And then like the other day I went in there and there was just this whole dead duck on top of the thing. And I said to the woman, like, could I have some duck meat? And then she proceeded to like put the duck on the table and like begin by cutting its head and neck off, and then just sort of cut it into pieces with a pair of huge scissors, and then sort of put a bit of it on my plate. I was like, this is better be good, because I feel like I've made this woman go to a lot of effort so I could have some duck. And then it was so tough that I found myself like putting the meat in my mouth and kind of pulling on it and almost not even getting anything off it, and just going, what the hell? But yeah, generally I found the food very edible. I'm not a master of chopsticks, but it's fine. I haven't noticed in particular the fact that I have to use chopsticks every day. They do eat dog. I haven't tried, to my knowledge, I haven't tried dog yet. There was one place we went to where they came around with a sort of quite expensive looking, very tasty bit of steak for each of us at the end. They sort of just handed us all with a pair of tongs that could have been dog. But you see them on spits, and they're sort of about this, they're kind of medium-sized dogs. They're sort of quite long-faced, houndy looking. Like, I couldn't tell you, I'm sure they're mongrels, but I couldn't tell you what kind of dog they are, but they're quite fierce looking, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't have much of a like sentimental attachment to dogs, so I'm not the most freaked out by it, but it's still a bit odd when you see like dogs and like dead chickens with their heads and feet still on and things like that. It's, you know, it's normal. You should use the whole animal. It just freaks me out to see it. And then yesterday, we were going past in the car, and there was like a cage full of chickens, and on top of it, there was a cage full of what looked like bitterns or night herons or something. I was like, that looks like a bird that should be endangered. I'm sure you shouldn't be eating it, but bittern populations in Vietnam are booming. Yeah. So that's like only like 3 people understood that. So it's fine. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I had yeah, coconuts. Yeah, you can get like green coconuts and you can kind of cut them open with a cleaver, and these tiny women are incredibly strong and just kind of slam the knife down onto the coconut, and like, I think it would take me like sort of 50 minutes of sawing at it to get it open, and they give you a coconut with a straw and you drink the milk out of it. It's not quite as nice as I hoped it would be, but it was quite a cool experience to go, oh, like, I'm actually using the natural fruit as a container. I feel like this vlog has turned a bit vacuous, really. So there's going to be a written blog soon. Yeah, that was going to come up hopefully to like, so I'm recording this on Saturday. It should go up today or tomorrow, because if it doesn't, then it won't go up until next weekend, and then I've been here a month and I just kind of want to get into the habit of writing regularly. There's a new story that's a sort of a bit of a Mr. Ibis type thing. Like, if you read American Gods by Neil Gaiman, like, this is kind of my attempt to do one of his origin stories, except about a fictional group of people. Though it is a little bit kind of moralistic, so I'm not sure it'll actually be good enough to get published. But I want to submit that. I want to submit that to somewhere called Apex Magazine. So we might even be like seeing that soon, which would be good. Yeah, beyond that, do check out my blog. Check out jacknutchins.wordpress.com and watch my previous vlog, which is a lot shorter and more to the point about Vietnam. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, so yeah, tell all your friends, like and share, please. And I'll see you next time. This has gone for 12 minutes. I may have to re-record this. Alright. Yeah, I'll see you next time then. Dan Viet.